You're not live, are you?
Maybe they're just cruising through the galaxy and stopped here for a bite to eat.
You don't need a police pal, you need a psychiatrist. They want to play games? They're messing with the wrong guy.
What are you in for?
Killer clowns from outer space.
Thank you. Because I was like, I didn't put that up there. All right. Aliens. Horror comedy. I know what you're thinking. No, we're not talking about The Flash. We already did that episode. But I will quote a character from that movie, General Zod. You are not alone. What is this movie about? 1987, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This classic. Can we just say it ahead? I see Mike formulating his hate right now. And let me just say, I feed off of it. I welcome it. Okay, Chris, pour yourself another drink because this show is a lot. All right, what is this about? A young couple watching the stars late at night, messing around, as all young people do in the 1980s, especially in film. And they see a falling star. They go to follow it, and lo and behold, it's not a shooting star, but it is a spaceship falling to Earth. And who is this spaceship manned by? None other than, we can't get any more simplistic than this, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. They have ray guns, they make cotton candy, they drink the liquid from the cotton candy, and they shoot popcorn guns. Okay, the movie is crazy. It's bizarro land, but I love this movie. And what is this month's theme? Bad movies that we love. And dare I say it, I might have cheated because I don't think this is a bad movie. But I am not alone. Much like General Zod said, to go back in time. I'm going to go with the person who hates me the most right now. It's Mike Knox. Why? Because this movie is better than his pick. Mike, how are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. It's not. However, to your credit, and executive consultant's credit, when he said this, and I had picked Baby Boy, he said, I like to go in there and see where these things rate at. If it rates higher than a 4.2, then it's not a bad movie. This movie, believe it or not, is ranked like a 6.2. And my question was, how the F could this movie by fans be ranked a 6.2 out of 10? But I remembered that my old ass actually went and saw this movie in 1988. 13 years old, McDade Mall, took the 13 bus. My brother Ron, my cousin Carl, and I went up to go see this movie. And to this day, I'm fucking scared of clowns. Executive consultant.
I wish I saw this movie sooner. And I have a regret. I have two regrets. One, that I saw this movie at all. And two, that I didn't watch this movie before so I can warn myself not to watch this movie at all. I don't have a fear of clowns. I know a lot of people do. I don't have a fear of clowns at all. I have a fear of this movie. This movie frightened me because I never thought I would watch a movie for an hour and 26 minutes and it really be that bad. There was no redeeming qualities to this movie.
That's a lie.
You're right. The very last credit was the redeeming quality in this movie. I immediately, this is a true story, right? No cap. When this movie was over, I immediately found out who made this movie, the production company, the director, and the star of the movie. I found all of their names and email addresses, and I emailed them and asked them for my money back. Why? This movie was crap, bro. This movie was crap. Here's a true story, right? I'm pulling the curtains behind, right? I don't do this tonight. I was upset at James. I was upset at him. I was ready at him. Right? A lot of people don't know this. James and I have been friends for decades. Been through it all together. Might not be any more decades after this movie. This movie was really, really bad. I want you, you're muted, so I don't know if you're talking to me.
Happen to watch this or Police Academy?
Don't lie, Chris. See?
I'm not gonna lie. You know what? You have a really good point. You might want to give some credit to Mr. Mike Knox because he's trying to save you by pitching some fucking Police Academy, right? Because I remember Police Academy. We still haven't.
We had to watch 7 of them.
We had to watch. You're right.
That's all I'm saying. We watched 7 Police Academies.
I'm so upset. I must have deleted the song I was going to play. I'd rather watch Police Academy. This movie, seriously, I can't do it. I could not do it. Right? Mike Knox and I were talking about it in pre-production. This movie was so bad. It's on YouTube for free. Right? So remind me of what happened if I were to ever see the DVD version of this movie. Right? This is called a $5 bin at Walmart. If you look at that pile, you still won't see this movie.
You should be so lucky.
They have a trash can outside and they want you to throw the McDonald's in, right? Once you throw away the medium fries that were over a year old, next to that little kernel that's all cupped up is this movie. This movie's bad, bro. This movie might be, and I'm going to say we've been doing this 3 years now. This movie might be the worst movie I have ever watched since being and starting Unpopular Review Entertainment. This movie was so bad. Really? I got up and walked out of the movie theater. And I wasn't even in the movie theater. I went to the movies, bought a ticket to see a movie just so I could walk out, thinking it was this movie. That's how bad this movie is. And there's only one person to blame for that fact. And that is you, sir. All right? That is you. And the reason I'm come up putting this up is because I am a hater and you get the finger. I am so upset with you for making me watch this movie. This movie was bad, my man. Bad. That's all I got to say.
Mike, let me start with you because I do appreciate when Black people are able to thank Black people for doing a favor for them. And you're welcome. You're welcome, because I knew deep down you love this movie. You're a hater, but I respect it because so am I. Okay, and you want your movie to win. I get it. Everybody wants to be a winner. If you're not first, you're last. You know what Ricky said. Okay. That being said, I think I got a winner. You saw it in the theater, and I am jealous because I wish I could see. I missed it. They had it at the Alamo playing here, and I missed it. I was in the theater watching other movies, and I'll come back to that later.
I'm sure that movie theater was very empty.
I want to jump to you next, sir. If you, ladies and gentlemen, you see behind it says Chris Harris, the executive consultant. It almost looks like the presidential seal. So let me right now call him President Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Camacho from Idiocracy, because he's talking crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, he's talking crazy. Now, he said this was the worst movie. Now, you've seen nothing. If you want me to pick a bad movie, okay, and I picked them, I'll pick a bad movie for you, Chris. I got something for you. But I just want to remind the folks, before we start talking about Killer Klowns from Outer Space, the bad movies that Chris has made me sit through. No Time to Die. Jesus, was I praying for it? The Flash. Jesus. Chun-Li. My God. And then the MCU rewatch here on UPRE. Back then it was just UPR. Okay? Every single one of those bum movies I had to watch. And Chris is in the background just laughing. James, you're on tonight's episode. It's going to be fun. Knowing damn well I'm cutting myself in between episodes. It was terrible. I've never been tortured so much. And he enjoyed every minute of it. I saved him from the camps. And he did this to me. Do you know how much I had to sacrifice? Anyway, let me talk about this movie, which I love. You want to know why I like this movie? Is the 80s cheese? Yes. Guilty. Are the special effects wonky? Yes. It's a horror movie from the 1980s. But does it have any redeeming qualities? Yes. Here's why. It's a horror comedy, so it is going to be goofy. And whether the jokes land or not, comedy is subjective. That's Mike's own words. I'm using it against him, Your Honor. All right? Just in case I'm preemptively striking, okay? But I do love it that each of these characters in this movie plays true to who those characters, even if they're one-dimensional. You have the two doofuses in the ice cream truck. They are doofuses throughout, even in the end of the movie. When they have their little heroic stint, they're still doofuses. They don't change. They don't become smart. They don't grow. They don't learn. They're dummies, right? The damsel is still the damsel in distress. The old grizzled cop from In the Heat of the Night who somehow found his way out of Georgia, out of Sparta, Georgia, to be in this movie, okay? Who doesn't believe anything and doesn't give a damn and drinks from the job. He stays that way even though he sees the clowns. He doesn't change. You would think, oh, any other movie, he's going to change. He says, no, get in this jail cell, okay? The other cop who seems like he's better because he doesn't like the bus skulls and the thing, he's the jealous ex-boyfriend. He stays the jealous. He's so jealous, he becomes the new boyfriend by the end of the movie. He steals the girl back, the damsel back, okay? Everybody plays true to form. Let me just say this because Mike called it. Now, for me, it was It, and that was played by Tim Curry in the original miniseries of It back in the early 90s. That got me the whole clown thing. And also shout out to Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure when he had the nightmare sequence with the clowns doing the operation on his bike. Those were horrific visuals, right? They were great. But the clowns in this look so crazy. And they're so freakishly tall, except for the little one. I forget his name, the character's name, right? That you would never want to just even be standing by them. And yet you can't look away. It's so crazy and whimsical and bizarro looking, and yet you can't look away. The fact that they shoot the popcorn gun and they're tracers and also seedlings, and and then they track them by making the balloon animals, even though they have anti-grav technology. It's so crazy, but yet it works in this bizarro movie. I love this movie. And I will say the theme song is pretty good. It stands up. I'm going to stand by that, okay? I have more to say, but I'll say that for my final thoughts. But I still say that this movie stands up. That's why it has such a cult following and people do like it. No, it's not going to win, the Academy Award for visual effects. No, it's not going to win the Academy Award for best acting. But all in all fun, a movie that you can go back to every so often. You better believe it. And I dare say far more so than Who's Your Caddy, far more so than Date Movie. And I don't know the LGBT movie that he picked next week, but it is one. I don't know why she picked that one for bad movies that we love, but I say it's better, or I stand on that it's going to be better than that one. This movie might be the winner. It might take the crown. I'm sorry, Mike. I thought you were going to get it last episode. I think I won.
People, killer clowns from outer space. Did it have cheesy 80s things in it? Yes, because it was made in the 80s. Did it have cheesy, intuitive sex scenes? Not really. But it's supposed to be a horror movie. Every horror movie has to see somebody bumping uglies.
Make out point. What are you talking about?
Make out point. I used to want to go there when I was a kid. Found out it wasn't a real place.
It wasn't a real place. Yeah.
But this movie, I took the bus from Darby, PA to McDade Mall to go see this. And I think it was the first movie I ever went to sleep in. No, I'm joking. I didn't go to sleep on it, but I had wished that I did go to sleep in this movie like I went to sleep on it today. I just did not find it appealing. I didn't find it funny. We talk about movies that don't stick today. Like I had my kids recently watch, not recently, but in the past few years, watch The Goonies. I thought they wouldn't like that movie. It's a little bit too outdated. They loved it. They love Beetlejuice. I can't give them to watch Christopher Reeve Superman, though. Go to sleep every single time. Blows my mind. This was one of those movies that I tried to stay awake for and take it for granted. I have a nice little big comfortable couch. It's very easy to go to sleep on my couch. It wasn't the couch. It was the movie. Executive consultant.
There's a few more things that I want to say when it comes to this movie. Right? Because I don't want to make it think it was all bad, right? When I was watching this movie, I was with a friend, and I had her take pictures of me watching this movie, right? So here's one picture of me watching this movie, right? Great time. Sitting next to a hot dumpster. Here's another picture of me watching this movie, but you can't see this because I hit my head out of amazement that I'm sitting here watching this movie, right? See, great. I pick out the best clips. Now you're going to figure out why I like this movie so much. This is what I'm watching. Look, what? So right finally, now, my favorite scene comes on. Best part of the movie. Best part of the movie. Because free at last. Thank God Almighty, I was free at last. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a commercial break. Find out what we're not going to be reviewing, but we're hoping to review it one day. And when we come back, I'll tell you about some stuff that we have coming up. Stay with us. You're watching Unpopular Review.
Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again.
Indiana Jones. 1, 2, and 3 have already been reviewed. Please make sure that you follow us on this YouTube channel, Unpopular Review Entertainment, so you can watch those reviews. The 4th one is coming out this coming Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Actually, stay tuned. It might not be Tuesday because that's the 4th of July. However, we are reviewing Indiana Jones. And the reason how come I say that is because I say Independence Day because that's the 4th of July. I did not want to review this franchise. I'd never seen it before. I thought before that this franchise had like 8 movies. I was thankful to find out it did not. So I feel free now that this is about to be over. Next month, we have a lot of things to talk about as far as theme. Stay with us. Pay attention to us on our YouTube channel, our Instagram channel, as well as our Twitter channel as we announce everything that we have coming up on our entertainment side and on our wrestling side. In the meantime, I'm the consultant. That's James. That down there is Mike Knox. And James is going to direct us into our final thoughts.
All right. Well, I'm queuing up.
Holy hell! Movie.
I'm queuing up some last minute images from this movie.
Good.
But Mike Knox, please go. You had a lot of hate in your heart. I give you a chance to ask for forgiveness, not from me, but from God. And also give this movie the rightful ruling that it deserves, which is a thumb up, clearly. But I'll let you say that.
It's a 50-50 movie. Here's why. I personally hated this movie. I hated the special effects. I couldn't even get into the 80 cheesiness that I love in 80 cheesy movies. Shit, I like the movie Rad. Okay? I'm a fan of the movie The Legend of Billie Jean. Okay? with Christian Slater in it. This movie, I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't get into it back in 88. I couldn't get into it in 2023. But you picked it. You like it. So for that, I like your rating system in that. It's not about necessarily if you like me, but did you like it? So for that, I will give it a thumbs up because James, although you hated The Flash, which I don't know why, you call it, whatever, Little Princess, Winter Soldier, hello. But we have the EBT Awards.
Charmaine called The Flash the Little Princess.
But we have the EBT Awards in common. So thumbs up for that. Executive consultant.
This movie is garbage. It was horrible. I can't express to you how much I can't stand this movie. I can't express to you how much I cannot stand James for making me watch this movie. He came up with this brilliant idea of let's review movies that we love that are bad. And I was like, okay, that's fine. How bad could it be?
Bad to the bone.
Killer Klowns. Who's Your Caddy was garbage. It was bad. I did not like it. It questioned my friendship with Mike Knox. I'm not a violent man. I wanted to hit James. However, once again, this is the criteria. Did I enjoy this more than the Batman? You're damn right I did not, and you knew that was coming. I'd rather watch the Batman 5 times in the course of 2 days than watch this movie ever again. Killer Klowns from Outer Space. The only thing they killed was my love for movies.
Mike, let me start with you. I hold nothing against you for your previous disrespect. You have redeemed yourself. And I agree with you. This movie is a thumbs up. Chris, let me go to you next. I can't be mad at Chris. You want to know why? Because both he and I are evil.
Here we go. I just saw them with the pictures. Both
he and I are evil. And as he says, we've known each other for decades, almost 2 centuries. Yeah, I saved him. Yeah, he saved me in Cuba, sort of, kind of, whatever. The point is this. when Chris said, "Hey, we need a theme," I thought to myself, "How can I torture Chris?" I really did. Don't think I'm just saying that, and he knows that. In times past, I had him watch The Witch. I had him watch Let the Right One In. And why did I pick those movies? Because I knew that he was not going to want to listen to Old English whispered for 2.5 hours. Also, he was not going to want to read these subtitled movies in Swedish from the 1980s. He was not going to want to do that. And it delighted me to know that he had to sit there for 2 hours and watch these movies that he would consider trash. It made me happy on the inside. And when I picked Killer Klowns, why? Because I did love it. So, Mike, you are absolutely correct. But, Chris, you are also absolutely correct because you know me so well. And I said to myself, I'm going to get Chris to watch this movie that he can't stand. And that was me as I formulated the plan over a month ago. And then, as Chris said, I wish I had seen this movie earlier. This became me. I said, your failure is not complete. And it brought me so much joy because I could feel the anger just building inside of him, and it gave him focus. Like the Emperor, I loved it because that's what I do. I cause chaos, but I bring you a good show. Now, besides what Chris said about the thumbs down, because he didn't even use his metric, which against the Batman, which he always does. That's how you know he loved this movie. So really, it's already 2 thumbs up. Vic called me on the phone. He said he gave it a thumbs up. And so, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. And I think that this is the only movie out of this month that's gotten 4 thumbs up. Chris, can you cue? I don't know why you're laughing. Can you cue?
You know what? That was a visual of literally how that plan that James just said works. Okay, he told me that in this month of movies, you're watching Killer Klowns from Outer Space, and I just lost it. I freaking lost it, man. If you were on a plane and you had turbulence, it's because I was watching that movie. So I'm just letting you know. I'm upset. I quit.
So you're telling me my movie choices are worse than Vic's? You're lying. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, he just said it. It's 4 thumbs up. I think that I deserve the crown. But to be fair to E, she picked the movie. She said that it's terrible, but she loves it. So we're going to find out because I haven't started her movie yet. Now, we have Singing in the Rain coming up. I can sense the dark side. Now, we have Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Then we have our review for the latest Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, where Kathleen Kennedy turns back time and makes Indiana Jones whoever she wants him to be. He, her, however you like it. That's the rumor. I didn't say it happens in the movie. I haven't seen it yet. And then we have next month's theme. What is it going to be? Am I going to get the pick? Chris never trusted me again. Find out next time. Same UPRE channel. Probably the same host because people call out.
You call out.
Vic, where are you? Are you breathing in the smoke in New York? Other calls. Come back home. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we brought you a stellar show. Give us a thumbs up. Give us some likes. Put it in the comments. Or give us the hate. Join Chris. Join the dark side. I'm James for Mike Knox, the executive consultant, a.k.a. President Camacho. Thank you for watching. Good night.